Hello, Christian.
Hello,
Nice
Vera.
to have you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are in your office, and you have not only a very successful practice, but you do lots of educations, lots of trainings, and then you have this wonderful idea, once a year you go to Africa. What do you do there? How does it function? You take your stuff with you?
Yes, well,
Okay.
Africa was actually born when I was a student, because my girlfriend at that time went to Africa, so I went visiting her, and I liked and loved the country, and we started to do a little bit of medicine down there. And many years later, a very good friend of mine, which I went to school with, he is also involved in social project. He asked me to be a part of the organization Cheira. Cheira means, comes from the Greek and means helping hand.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, well, that's a good thing to do. So we were 3 people working as a Beirat. And started to help the organization to improve in the countries what they do, and they do helping poor people with no chance of medical help. And then it was quite hard to find people, to find doctors going there to do the surgery. I mean, you have many people who want to do that, but just a little people with the right education and the right knowledge to do that. So we can't use an eye doctor for reconstructive surgery. That doesn't work, but you find, of course, doctors and stuff to go there, but you have to have the right education.
Yep.
So because of that we did not find the right people, I decided to go myself with my whole staff and the whole team. And the most important thing for me was that the whole team said, yes, we want to do that. And I said, it's working time for you. We'll go there and we do the same as we do here, we do in Africa. And when we once landed in Uganda, that was our first mission, it was heartbreaking for me to see how many people need help.
Yeah.
Because they collected from all over Uganda, they collected the people with diseases, tumors, burns, everything like that. And it was, my team was shining because I hadn't to say anything. And they went into that hospital, which was a little bit poor, but they went into the hospital, they organized everything. So from the first second we were there, we could start to watch the people, to make a line, to see what we can do, or how we can help. And in the background, my whole staff worked like they did it here.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest present for me, that it worked so well.
And you couldn't know.
No.
You couldn't know. You did. That's what I was so amazed, because you took the risk to blow up your team.
Yes.
Could have been.
Yes.
You came back with no team because
Yes.
they don't know the circumstances. It's hard to work there. It's smelly. It's hot and everything.
It's everything you said is true. And you live together in a small space. So for 2 weeks, not totally 2 weeks, or 12 days, you are really a team and you do everything together. You have breakfast together, lunch, in the evening you are together. So if anything is not going right, or you have
Frictions.
yes, then it's done, because then it's taking over the importance of the trip.
Yep.
And the importance for me of the trip was to help as many people as we can. And we had so many really nice experiences with these African people. They have really nothing. They have a trouser, a shirt, maybe a hat and shoes, and that's it. And they suffered years from tumors, from burns, and then suddenly some European guys come and try to help them.
Yeah.
Some we really could help, and some we couldn't, because the disease or the tumor was too big for us. It was too risky. But we decided to go back, and make in better preparation for that specific case. So now, at this very moment, we are about to plan 24, and I asked my team again, and they said, unisono, yes, we're coming with you, because they all loved it. And it's also an educational part for the team, and also for the doctors down there. There, I was very surprised, because they were pretty well educated, the medical students, and they had quite a big knowledge. And so we decided to bring them into the procedures, into the operation theater. And at the end, we let them operate their people themselves, if it's a small case. And we just assisted to show them how to do it. And that was brilliant. And of course, we also became friends. I have 2 or 3 chats with the doctors down there, so they send me pictures, and I can send them my answer. And
so it's a long-term impact.
I think so. Of course, it's very consuming, because you're not like after a vacation when you come home, because we start work at 7, sometimes at 8, and work till 5 or 6, and then it's dinner time, and then we go to bed, or we just sit together and talk about the day. But it's we have no Sundays, no free days, no nothing.
Just work.
Just work. At the end, of course, because we were in such a nice country, we went to see the gorillas.
Ah, that's
This
nice.
was a present from the Praxis am Zeltweg to the team, that we can go to see them for 2 days. And it was amazing. It's such a beautiful country.
Yeah. And by the way, you supported a dog shelter?
Yes, I also made a connection, funny-wise, over Instagram, like a lot of things. And I found this guy who helped the dog. And I started writing to him, and he said, of course, the first thing, if I can send money to help the dog, and I know how this works, and I am how I am, and I send money, of course, and he get the treatment for the dog. And then it started like growing, and he had 2 dogs, and then 4 dogs, and then 7 dogs more. And I wrote him he had to build like a shelter, like a house when it's raining or when the sun is shining, that they can hide. So they started to build that house, and I sent a little bit more money. And I showed him how to raise money from the web. And I think this now is running pretty well. So I don't send them all the time the money, because I have other stuff which I'm doing in this world, not only this guy. And but now it starts to work. Unfortunately, in Uganda, they also eat the dogs. So that's why I told him he cannot find people, new families for the dogs, because the family probably take the dog and eat it. So that's why I said, the dogs you shelter, they will be your dogs. And keep that in mind. Don't give them away. They are your dogs, so treat them well. And hopefully next time I can go visit this guy myself. Last time it didn't work, unfortunately.
But it's not the only project with dogs you have.
No. We have in Europe, we have 2 rescue dogs at home ourselves. And they're coming from Mallorca. One is from Mallorca, one is from Gran Canaria. And they come from the kill shelter. And when we saw that, we decided also to donate a little bit of money. We donated the money to build houses for the dogs. And I think I told you earlier that in the south of Spain there is a shelter with the name Proctis am Zeltweg, which makes me proud. Nobody sees it, but it's there, and it's for me. I know it, it's for me, and I know the dog. They have a house, and they are in good hands. So we do that in Spain. We do that in Marrakesh for the donkeys.
Ah, you have even donkeys.
Yes, and yeah, it was a present from you once to
Yeah.
save the donkey.
Yeah.
I still have it there, and we have it in Thailand. The man that rescues dog, or man that saves dog, and I think one is in the US as well. So that's a little bit my idea of giving back something I have in my good life. It's not all for myself. I want to share it because I have everything I need.
Yeah.
That's why we decided to give a little bit back. And it's a drop on a hot stone, I know that. But that little drop can sometimes make a life for another animal.
Yes, you can't save the world, but you can save one
Yes.
dog, and
Yes.
that's the world for the dog.
Yes,
Means
exactly.
the world.
Exactly.
And you have two of them. And it's difficult and it's heartbreaking sometimes, but it's worth it.
It's very heartbreaking. Sometimes I can't even look at it because it's really taking so much energy, sorry. And but sometimes you have to watch it to know what's going on in the world.
But it's heartbreaking. So if you could create a vision of an ideal world, of a sort of a utopia, what would it be for you?
This is a good question. I was thinking a lot about this, and I think I have millions of ideas. But first of all, I think, like my father said to me, you should always treat everyone like you want to be treated yourself. Yeah. And when this idea starts to catch people, then I think we have the biggest step.
Yes.
So we're not just selfish, everything is for us. So if people start thinking about sharing, that is a good idea. And of course, I could talk with you hours about what we eat. If you eat meat, if you're vegetarian, if you're vegan, if you eat fish. And myself, I'm a flexitarian. Not because I don't eat meat that much, but because I saw what happened to the animals,
yes.
how they live and
how they die.
So that really killed myself almost. No, it's horrible. So I decided for myself to give a bit more attention to that part.
Yeah.
And I mean, all the other things like capitalism, it's nice when you earn money, but I often think if you have enough money, why should you have more? You have a boat on the lake, why should it be bigger next year? And you have a car, why should it be faster next year? I was thinking like that many years in my life, but now I'm on the point that I noticed you don't need it. I'm happy when I have a car and can drive from A to B and I'm safe there.
And the dog.
Of course, and the car has to fit the dogs.
Big enough.
I mean, my back seat in my car is made for the dogs, so they can sit there, they have their security thing, and they're in the back, so I can always put my hand in the back and have contact to my dogs. But I think people should start to notice that all the material stuff is not the most important thing in life. And not the biggest houses, doesn't make you a better man. So that's kind of an idea of a perfect world, that it's not that some people have to work more and give to the poor. So it should be that we should take care of all the people. We should not make that many children, because I think we have
Be
enough.
careful.
And
Yeah, it's true.
we should treat all living creatures on this planet in the same way as we want to be treated.
Yeah.
That's a kind of an idea I have, but obviously, and I think you know that it's almost impossible.
But if everybody does it in his little world, it may just affect one or two others, and these affect others. It's like a drop in the sea, so you have the waves going on and on. That's
Yes.
my belief and my hope.
Yes, that's absolutely true. I mean, we're on a good way. We start to think about what we're eating. We start to think about what's the pollution in this world. And I have the best job in life, because my job is my hobby. I love what I do, and every morning when I stand up and go to work, I'm happy. And because of that, I can do other things.
Yeah.
Because I don't need Rolls Royce, and because
You
I
don't.
because I don't need it, I have a little bit of leftovers which
Spare
I can
money.
use
Yeah,
for other projects.
and it's heartwarming.
Yes, and this is heartwarming, and it gives you even more than I have from the practice. And I have so many nice feedbacks from people we did surgery on in Africa, from dogs, they have a new home, from people, they adopted a dog somewhere in the world, and we see pictures. I mean, we had it on our dogs, we saw it ourselves. They are so happy, and it gives you so much energy. And I think this is what keeps me really alive and keeps me really standing up every morning to do it.
Keep going.
Keep going, yes. I mean, also when I stop working, I will keep on doing that,
Yeah,
because I will keep on going to Africa. I will keep on helping poor animals. I will try to open up a shelter myself if it's possible. That something is really giving you the energy to go on.
that's a nice end of our talk. Thank you very much, Christian.
Thank you very much for asking.
Yes, I did. I knew it was really worth it.
Thank you.